I'm back at the Ashtead Revitd Fair. Join me as I go around the fair and seek out some more rare vinyl. Also, I hope to speak to Dealer Dave.
So Dave, we're going to have a chat.
We are going to have a chat, come on.
So here we are back at Ashtead. Beautiful day, sunny, look at it, gorgeous. And it's free parking. Look, free parking. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to go around the fair. If you've watched the channel before, you know that I show you what I can see and look at some items. Also, we're going to have a chat with Dave as well. So let's start and go around the fair and see what we can find. So we start off, as you know, I like CDs. So here's some of the CDs that you could have at the fair. What's this? Jimi Hendrix Experience. Okay, I've seen the footage of that where he sets the thing on fire. Okay, and let's go over here and see what we can see. Okay, next fair, 31st of May. So what's this? Chaz and Dave Greatest Hits. The Police. Okay. Okay. Marvin Gaye. Chris Rea. Brad. Thompson Twins. Now, I did have a comment on one of the previous videos where someone said I don't show everything. Well, I can't show everything. I show anything that I think is interesting. Okay, Elton John. Mama Cass. Greatest Hits. Okay, what's this? Dad's Army. The Dad's Army. And what's this? Wizard of Oz, is it? Magnificent, is it? Hang on, pull it out. Let's have a look at the inside. The Tin Woodman. Okay, so it's got like a little book. Okay. Oh, page has fallen out there. So there you go. The story, the music, the songs. Now, when I was a DJ, that's the sort of thing I'd buy and mess around with. Right, so let's have a look. Okay, Paul Revere. Didn't the Beastie Boys did a track called Paul Revere, didn't they? I think. Porgy and Bess. Is that Cleo Lane? Yeah, Cleo Lane. Moody Blues. And Cliff Richard, 1979 to 1988. Now, see if, hang on, let's sort this out. See if you can see the track that, or tracks that I like. So, Wired for Sound, I like that. We Don't Talk Anymore, I like that. Oh, mind, careful. Right. Elvis, what's that? Moody Blue, okay. Fame. Oh, careful. Judy Garland, is that? Okay. Cliff Richard, oh, an early Cliff Richard there, and Huey Lewis and the News. I think I saw a thing about Huey Lewis. Is he losing his hearing or something? Okay. Okay. Right, and let's have a look here. See what we got. Blow Monkeys, Bee Gees. I like the Bee Gees. I really do. Right, okay. Brian Ferry. Nick Kershaw, The Riddle. Simon Garfunkel, Culture Club. There's Frank Sinatra, Level 42. Oh, Eric Clapton. Eric Clapton did a gig actually in Guildford recently, where I live, that by all accounts was very good. What's that? Elvis on Stage. Yeah, have you seen that new film at the cinema? I saw it a couple of weeks ago. Very good. Very good. Right, let's carry on. What are we doing? The Kids from Red Bank Duet. What's this? Mr. Basie. Is that Count Basie? I don't know. You tell me if you know what that was. I've got no idea. Custer of the West. Okay. Rubettes. Now I'm not an expert on all of this, as you can tell. What's this? Jonathan Livingston Seagull. It's a moody old shot, isn't it? What's this? Okay. They should call this the Elvis box, shouldn't they? Russ Conway at the theatre. Jerry Lee Lewis and more Elvis. And look, more Elvis. More oh, hang on, that was 2, wasn't it? There you go. Buy one, get one free. Okay, actually, Elvis hated the films that he did, didn't he? The Colonel made him do. And there's Tiffany, Brian Ferry again. I've got that on DVD, that Elvis live one. Gary Moore. Okay, right. Okay. Well, this is the far end of the hall. It's always interesting. You can have a look and see the stuff behind the counter. So there you go. Gong, Eagles. Okay. There's a normal. Oh look, there's Bertie Bassett. He's always there. Oh, Bertie. And then you've got the CDs as price there. And you could also, what's that? Loz's Licorice All Sorts. Okay. If you're a 7-inch collector, there's loads. And there you are. Punk's Not Dead. There's the old Punk CDs. There's a lot of punk on the channel if you're interested. Oh, hang on. Crass. What's that? 10 Notes on a Summer's Day. That's the very last Crass album. And we know that one. That's not my favourite Crass album. I think my favourite is Feeling of 5,000 and Stations. And there's some other... Oh, what's that? Stray Cats. What's that doing in the punk section? Okay. Right, so let's... busy. It's a busy turnout at the Ashtead Revitd Fair this week. Let me know in the comments, when you go to Revitd Fair, is there anything in particular that you try and collect? Right, let's see what we got here. Oh, Rancid, Chicken Shack, Motorhead, Soundgarden, David Bowie, Wire, Richard Thompson, Phil Collins. I tell you something funny. My brother got a Phil Collins autobiography hardback signed, and he sold it. He got a lot of money for it. I don't know if he didn't sign many, but yeah, there's a lot of people wanted it. Right, let's carry on. So we've got some Blondie there. Human League, that's a great album. That is a great album. It's sort of like a instrumental sort of remix. Love and Dancing, fantastic. The Associates, Robert Palmer. Okay. This is 80s Japan, Teardrop, Echo and Bunnymen, OMD, Depeche Mode, Pet Shop, Madonna. Okay. That's what's in that lot. Okay, disco. Let's have a look at some disco stuff. Nice. Giorgio Moroder, 30 quid. Okay. He's great. I think Giorgio Moroder's brilliant. I love the stuff he did with Sparks, and I love the Sputnik stuff he did as well, and of course his own stuff. You know, I Feel Love and all that. It's groundbreaking, absolutely groundbreaking. Right, let's carry on. Okay, First Choice. Okay, Keep On Jumping music, is that? Sought After. There you go. Keep On Jumping, Summer Love. Okay. But of course, the Jimmy Castor Bunch. Okay. Gwen Guthrie. The Fatback Band. Space. Okay. Colourblind. Olympic Runners. Okay. Kenny Burke, You're the Best. Man Parish, Hip Hop Bebop. Now, one of the earliest episodes on the channel is an interview I did with Man Parish. It's about an hour long, and he's got a new album just come out called Robots and Computers. So I'll put a link in the description. Check it out. Great guy, really, really funny episode. So do listen to that. It's really good. It's one of the long form interviews I did when I first started the channel. But let's have a chat with Dave.
You really don't you?
So Dave, we're going to have a chat.
We are going to have a chat. Come on.
Here we are in our new room, which is better than the toilet. And I'm here with Dave.
Hello, everyone.
So we're going to... You said you got something exciting to tell me.
I have today.
Right.
Yes, I have today. It focuses on just one group, would
Oh.
you believe?
Oh,
Just focuses on one group.
now let's just start at the beginning.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Oh, you shouldn't have done.
There you go. It's
You're
not
ver-
red. It's not red, but
You shouldn't have done, mate. Thank you very much indeed.
that's all right. That's all right.
You're very
So this is the new location for the Dave chats. It's soundproofed. We don't get interrupted by people going to the toilet, which is nice. And it's all right, isn't it?
What is?
This room looks like a classroom today.
Well, I have to,
Right, here we go. Right, so you told me this episode comes with a health warning.
It does actually. As people know, my one abiding love is 60s soul music.
Yeah.
So people are going to look at me and say, what the hell is he talking about now? Because I've gone completely left field and I'm going to discuss a band that came to prominence, well, not prominence in the accepted sense of the word, but in today's collecting market, they've hit a prominent position. Right, so this band is called Kaleidoscope. Now in 1967, they signed to the Fontana label. They'd had members of the band were in previous groups, and as far as I know, they never recorded. So they just knocked around local areas and that. Anyway, they signed to Fontana in 1967. And their first album was called Tangerine Dream.
Oh.
So this came out in 1967. It's very much in the psychedelic field of music.
Right.
Right, so that came out in 67.
It does look with the old. Looks very hippie trippy, doesn't it?
Hey, you better go look at the clothes and stuff.
Oh my goodness! And the rings. He looks about 10.
That's because you're getting older.
Oh right, sorry. Okay. So how much is that worth?
Well, we'll come on to that.
Oh, okay.
We'll come on to that because that's going to wind a few people up.
Okay.
This is a particularly interesting album. Although they never sold
Yeah.
in any quantity whatsoever, they were retained by Fontana for another couple of years. And in 1969, they had this album released.
Faintly blowing.
Faintly Blowing. It comes out in a lovely, lovely
Gatefold.
gatefold sleeve.
Yeah. Look at that. Look at that.
Lovely, lovely gatefold sleeve.
Who's that in the tree?
Is it what in
On the
tree?
top. On the top. Who's that? Is that a goblin or something?
But
It is.
don't forget this is of the period.
Okay.
So, you know, you've got to accept that because that's what it was all about.
I'm messing about there.
Goblins and elves and that. It was all
my goodness.
psychedelic, you know.
And a cat? Is that a fox? Is that a fox?
You wonder why, you know, you wonder what they were taking at the time. don't
And him.
you?
I know what he's taking. Blimey. Okay, so faintly blowing.
Right. Now, the very interesting thing about this album,
Yeah.
when it got released, a lot of copies of this record came with a pressing fault.
Oh.
And it's generally accepted. Normally speaking, when you buy this album, on the rare occasions it comes up for sale, you 90% expect to see the pressing fault. Now, the other one, again, say, last year I did have another copy of this that didn't have the pressing fault.
So the pressing fault makes value?
Right, well, I'm going to show you what the pressing fault consists of.
Right.
Got to make sure I've got it on the right side.
Shall I see if I can spot it?
If you don't spot it.
Okay, here we go.
I was saying that now. Oh, God, it does. Right. You might not see it in that light. You see that first bit on the
What that?
no, there it goes, from there
Yeah.
to there.
Yeah.
There to there.
Right. What is it? Is it just...
It's just it came in the pressing.
So it's just nothing?
Well, can't you see the bloom?
Yeah.
There's a slight bloom there.
Yeah.
Now, the thing about that is, when you play over that, there's a very, very, very faint hiss.
All right.
It only lasts for about 10, 20 seconds, and it is quite quiet, but it's there. And the majority of this record, or the number of copies that got sold, come with this fault. Now, why the majority of them came with a fault, and why some of them didn't come with a fault, I don't know. But as I said, I had one last year and it never had that fault on it. But most people accept that record comes with that fault. Why they issue them with that on it, I have no idea. But
Well,
it's
if they're sort of doing stuff like that, they probably didn't notice.
I don't know.
So this album is just there's no name. It's just no, Tangerine Dream.
Yeah, no, that's the name of the album,
Right.
and that's the band
Tangerine Dream Kaleidoscope.
by Kaleidoscope. Hence why you got that there as well.
Oh my goodness, look at this. Dios Santisi, Enak, and Petra clung to the eagle's wings as she flew over the top. Look, what is this?
Well, that is
A fairy tale
that is
dream.
1967 in a nutshell, right? If anybody that understands that era of psychedelia,
Dive into yesterday.
that's what came with it. That's what came with it.
Right.
Now I've got a crib sheet here, so
You've got to have notes.
right. I've got to have notes. Now this band, they had quite a loyal following, and they did quite a lot of gigging at the time. But having a loyal following and playing quite a lot of gigs didn't show up in the number of records they sold.
Oh.
So these records sold in relatively small quantities. Right, so
What is the music like?
well, it's a bit psychedelic. It's a bit hippie trippy. It's
Like Spinal Tap's Flower People. Bit like that.
well, these records are the epitome of the time that they came out.
Right.
Basically, I mean, other people were doing stuff, but within the psychedelic field, these two albums are very representative of that genre.
Right.
Now, after this came out in '69, for whatever reasons, they stopped recording for Fontana, and they changed their name and morphed into a band called Fairfield Parlour.
Oh.
Right, and they have one album out on Vertigo
So they've gone from Kaleidoscope
to Fairfield
to
Parlour.
Fairfield Parlour.
But it was essentially the same group.
Right. And they're on Vertigo now.
Yeah, they're on Vertigo now. Yeah.
Oh my God, look. They're a bit older.
Now what? And as you can see, they're not so.
And that's a gatefold as well, so that's probably... Let's have a look. There we go.
As you see, they're not so hippie trippy at that point.
No, he's still got a bit of the old long hair going on. From home to home. Okay.
Now, while they with Vertigo, they did actually record another album that never got released at the time.
Right.
But it did come out in 1990, and I've got a crib my sheet again. The album was called White Faced Lady, that came out in 1990. I'm sorry about cribbing.
1990?
Yeah. It stayed in the
Oh, I
vault.
see. They re-released it.
It stayed in the vaults
Right.
from the early 1970s.
Right.
And it didn't get released till 1990. But, you know, this
So was it released on vinyl or CD or both?
probably on vinyl in 1990.
Yeah, of course.
But this is the fairly collectible Vertigo label anyway. So
Quite nice, thick card, isn't it?
now the thing about these 3 records is I bought these from the same collection, the Guy's collection, and they're all in lovely, lovely condition. Bearing in mind that the first 2 albums are pushing nearly 60 years old. They are really in superb condition for the age. As is, I mean, that's 1971, so that's 55 years old. They are all in superb condition.
It's as old as me.
Yeah, you look older.
Oi! I look older. Cheek.
Right,
Absolute cheek.
now the argument is,
This is the health warning coming up
well,
now.
the health warning is
Go on.
that the first 2 albums are going to cost you over £1,000.
Hey?
The first each.
£1,000 each.
They're going to cost you £1,000 each. I mean, they have in the past gone for pushing 2,000.
Good grief.
But I'm not going to give you exact figure, but they're going to be north of £1,000 each.
Okay.
That's slightly cheaper. That's only
Go on.
only 500 quid.
Only 500.
Only 500 quid. But they are in superb condition, and I promise you'll go a long way to find better copies than them.
Are people buying these as investments?
I think there is a certain element of that. I think there are people that are looking at them as investments, but thankfully there are also people that actually play the things. You know,
You want to be very careful with if it's £1,000 record, you don't scratch it up.
well, I'd say if you looked at these records, you could barely discern a mark on any of these records. They are that good. Unfortunately, but the sleeves got a little bit of wear on, but you know they've been knocked around for 60 years. But the records have hardly been played. They are in superb condition. Just going back to that one, that little bloom, as just to reiterate, that little bloom on the edge, which comes to my knowledge about 90% of the issues, there is a very, very slight hiss in the run. It don't last for too long, a few revolutions, and then it disappears. But most people realise that that album, 9 out of 10 copies of that record come with that pressing fault. Why they released it with that fault, I don't know. I've no idea. But
So this is very sort of against you're in Motown and that, aren't you?
Yeah, exactly. But you know, I have to be all things to all people. If you do record fairs,
Yeah.
you can't really specialise to that point because you minimise your clientele, don't you? If you just specialise with one particular,
Yeah.
and it's the pricing structure as well.
Got to be
You know,
commercial.
I have boxes of, to some people, expensive records, but I also have boxes of £3 and £5 albums because you have to be all things to all people.
Yeah. It was busy today as well.
It was busy first thing.
I came in, I don't normally come first thing, and I came in first thing, and I've never seen it so busy.
Well, the thing about record fairs is they do tend to take the same form. You know, because you get the true collectors come in dead on when the door opens, thinking they're going to get a bargain or whatever, and then 2 hours into the day, you get the casual buyers coming in. You know, so if a fair opens at 9 or 10 o'clock, by 1 o'clock, you know, it tends for the most part to sort of gently fade away, and by 2 or 3 o'clock, people are in the pub or at home watching.
Now it is 1 o'clock.
Yeah, I mean it's gone quiet at 1 o'clock. It has gone quiet.
Which is why we've come into this lovely room for the chat.
Paul, and that's about it really. But
And did you watch the last episode we did?
I did.
A lot of comments. But some people are very strange with the comments, aren't they?
Go on.
They sort of say things. Oh, you forgot to mention this, or you didn't mention this.
Oh, did I?
But no, I don't know if they're talking about me.
No.
They're very strange. But do leave the comments. It's good for the algorithm. If you're enjoying this episode, like, share the show with your friends. subscribe to the channel. Dave's going to enjoy his bottle of Chardonnay. Sorry, it's not red.
Which I'm totally unexpected, and I thank you for that, mate.
That's all right. Well, I do like to reward my contributors for helping my channel. Okay. And have you had a good day in the fair today?
No, it's been very quiet for me today.
Oh.
I don't know what people are going to say, but you're too expensive.
Oh.
That's what people are going to say, but there you go.
Oh.
The thing about fairs as well is, the provincial fairs, you have to cut your coat according to the people that come through the door. I mean, when I do the big fair in London, for instance, where you get the foreign buyers coming in, because you've got to understand that, countries in the Eastern Bloc and stuff, France, Germany, whatever, they are behind us musically. So there's certain genres of music that in Britain, for instance, the interest has waned a bit. But, foreign countries are catching up.
What sort of music?
They're still playing catching up. I mean...
Disco or
well, not so much that, but,
mod stuff,
the rare end of the market, like the certain labels like Vertigo's and that was very buoyant over here 5 plus years ago. It's a very buoyant market for that sort of progressive rock thing.
Is it?
It sort of levelled off a bit over here, but with foreign buyers like the Polish people that come over, and people from the Eastern Bloc side of the world, they are playing catch up with us. So although that market in the UK has flattened out, it hasn't so much over there.
Right.
So whereas we can't sell some of this stuff to the UK buyers anymore, we can sell it abroad. It's an evolving market, and it changes quite regularly now.
Well, anyone who wants to help can come to the next fair and ensure that Dave has a better day, and perhaps buys one of these
Very expensive records.
very, very expensive, faintly blowing. Have anyone looked? I mean, has anyone mentioned it today? Have you seen it?
Well, I've shown people. Yeah, I've shown people. But it's a very small market for this stuff. It's a very small market.
Well, if you've enjoyed this, like the episode, leave a comment. If you leave a comment, let me know what your rarest record is. Is it as expensive as Kaleidoscope?
Oh.
And that's it. Thank you, Dave.
Paul, thanks a lot, mate.
Oh, hang on. Let's change the hands. There we go. Look at that.
Cheers, mate.
So there you go. That's this episode looking at the latest Ashtead Revitd Fair. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please like, share. Oh, look, there's the other dates in case you missed it earlier on. Please like the episode, share the show with your friends, hype it. You can hype videos now. Hype it. I like a bit of hyping, so hype the video, and check out, as I said, the other episodes on the channel. I've recently done an episode about a pill, very rare CD, so check that out. Thanks very much for clicking to watch this video. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I will catch you on the next one. Take care of yourself.